The house smelled wrong. Kevin Torres noticed it the moment the elderly woman opened the door to receive her grocery delivery. A chemical odor, mixed with something else, something dangerous that most people wouldn't recognize. But before Kevin had spent 3 years delivering groceries for Instacart in Phoenix, Arizona, he'd spent 18 years as a fire department hazmat specialist, responding to chemical spills, gas leaks, and industrial accidents. That smell was carbon monoxide mixing with natural gas, a combination that meant the house was filling with deadly fumes, while the 76-year-old woman stood there smiling, completely unaware she had maybe an hour before she'd lose consciousness. Kevin had delivered thousands of orders to hundreds of homes. This was the first time a delivery might save someone's life, but only if he recognized what others would have missed and acted before the invisible killer did its work. Welcome to Life Stories Archive, where the person delivering your groceries might be trained to recognize dangers you can't see. Kevin Torres, 51, had been an Instacart delivery driver since 2020. After retiring from the Phoenix Fire Department with a full pension and some lingering effects from a chemical exposure incident, he'd wanted work that was physical but not too demanding, something that kept him active and connected to the community. Grocery delivery was perfect. He maintained his own schedule, met different people, stayed busy. His customer ratings were excellent, prompt, friendly, careful with produce. Nobody knew he'd spent nearly 2 decades responding to hazmat emergencies. His profile showed Kevin T., 5-star driver, quick delivery. No mention of fire department service, hazmat certifications, or the hundreds of dangerous situations he'd assessed and neutralized during his career. Most customers barely spoke to him beyond "thank you." That was fine. Kevin wasn't looking for attention, just steady work and the satisfaction of helping people in a simpler way than his previous career. Thursday afternoon, 3:45 p.m. Kevin pulled up to a modest ranch house in a quiet Phoenix neighborhood. Standard delivery. Groceries for Mrs. Patricia Drummond, elderly customer who ordered weekly. He gathered the bags from his trunk and approached the front door. Before he could knock, Mrs. Drummond opened it, greeting him with her usual warm smile. "Oh, Kevin! Thank you so much. Just set them on the kitchen counter." That's when Kevin's 18 years of hazmat training activated. The smell hit him immediately, subtle but unmistakable. Natural gas combined with a sweet, acrid odor that indicated combustion byproducts. Carbon monoxide. Most people wouldn't notice. The human nose adapts quickly to gradual odor changes, and carbon monoxide itself is odorless. What Kevin smelled was the incomplete combustion producing it. "Mrs. Drummond, I need you to step outside with me right now," Kevin said, his voice calm but carrying urgency that made her pause. "What? Why? I need to put these groceries away." "Ma'am, please, trust me. Outside. Now." Something in his tone, the authority of someone who'd given emergency orders, made her comply. Once Mrs. Drummond was on the front lawn, Kevin called 911. "This is Kevin Torres, retired Phoenix Fire Department hazmat specialist. I'm at 2847 Desert View Drive. I have a possible carbon monoxide and natural gas situation. Elderly resident, single occupant. She needs to stay outside. I need fire response and gas company immediately." The dispatcher recognized the professional terminology. "Sir, are you certain about the assessment?" "Positive. I smell natural gas combined with combustion byproducts indicating incomplete burning. Likely furnace malfunction producing CO while also leaking gas." This is an immediate evacuation situation. Mrs. Drummond looked confused and frightened. Kevin, what's happening? Is my house going to explode? Kevin kept his voice reassuring. Mrs. Drummond, when did you last have your furnace serviced? Oh, I don't know. Maybe 3 years ago? It's been working fine. Have you felt tired lately? Headaches? Nausea? Her expression changed. Actually, yes, the last few days I've felt awful. Thought I was coming down with something. Those are carbon monoxide poisoning symptoms. Your furnace is malfunctioning, producing CO while also leaking gas. You can't smell the CO, but it's been poisoning you. Another few hours, and you might have lost consciousness. Her hand went to her mouth. Oh my God. Phoenix Fire arrived within 7 minutes. The captain recognized Kevin immediately. Torres, I thought you retired. I did. I deliver groceries now, but that house has a serious situation. CO and natural gas. She's been symptomatic for days. The fire crew brought detection equipment. Readings confirmed Kevin's assessment. Carbon monoxide at 150 parts per million, lethal within hours, and natural gas at dangerous levels. The furnace had developed cracks in the heat exchanger, producing CO, while a separate valve leak was releasing gas. Kevin, if she'd gone to sleep tonight, she probably wouldn't have woken up, the captain said quietly. And with the gas level, one spark could have leveled the house. The gas company arrived and shut down the main line. Ventilation teams cleared the house. Mrs. Drummond was transported to the hospital for oxygen treatment. Her CO levels were elevated, but she'd survive without permanent damage. A neighbor who'd been watching approached Kevin. How did you know? I was just over there yesterday and didn't notice anything. Hazmat training, 18 years with Phoenix Fire. You learn to recognize chemical signatures that most people miss. The story made local news, not as dramatic rescue footage, but as delivery drivers' experience saves elderly woman. The coverage included Kevin's fire department background and how retired first responders continue serving their communities in unexpected ways. Other delivery drivers reached out. Should we be looking for things like this? Kevin gave practical advice. Trust your senses. If something smells wrong, feels wrong, looks wrong, say something. You go into more homes than anyone except maybe postal workers. You're in a position to notice things. Mrs. Drummond's family contacted Kevin personally. Her daughter flew in from California, found him during a delivery. Mr. Torres, the doctors said my mother would have died in her sleep if you hadn't recognized what was happening. She lives alone. Nobody would have found her for days. Kevin accepted the thanks with characteristic humility. I just recognized what I was trained to see. Anyone with hazmat experience would have done the same. But you weren't there as a firefighter. You were there delivering groceries. Same mission, different uniform. Keep people safe. Help when you can. Kevin Torres continues delivering groceries throughout Phoenix. His ratings remain 5 stars. He's still prompt, still careful with produce, still friendly. The difference is that now some customers recognize him as the driver who saved Mrs. Drummond's life. Mrs. Drummond recovered fully. She had her furnace replaced and installed carbon monoxide detectors throughout her house. She still orders groceries weekly, always requesting Kevin when possible. He saved my life, bringing me milk and eggs, she tells people. Who expects their grocery delivery person to be a hero? Kevin doesn't see himself as heroic. He saw a problem he was trained to recognize and took appropriate action. The fact that he was delivering groceries instead of responding to a 911 call didn't change his responsibility to act. The Phoenix Fire Department invited him to speak at a community safety event about how retired first responders continue serving. "We don't stop being firefighters, paramedics, police," Kevin told the audience. "We just serve in different ways. And sometimes that service comes from the most unexpected places, like recognizing danger while delivering someone's weekly groceries. Sometimes life-saving expertise shows up carrying grocery bags instead of fire equipment. Sometimes the person delivering your order has spent years learning to recognize invisible dangers. And sometimes choosing retirement doesn't mean leaving your skills behind. It means carrying them into every situation, ready to use them when someone needs help. Have you ever realized someone in a service job had training that prevented a tragedy? Share their story. Because professionals don't stop being professionals. They just change how they serve. If this story reminded you that expertise is everywhere, subscribe to Life Stories Archive. Every quiet professional deserves recognition for staying vigilant in any role they choose.